Let me ask you something private, gentlemen. Have you noticed that firmness just isn't quite what it used to be? Maybe erections fade too quickly. Maybe sensitivity feels dulled. Or maybe intimacy has lost that deep spark it once had. If any of that sounds familiar, even slightly, you're far from alone. That quiet frustration or even embarrassment is something millions of men experience after 60. But here's the truth. While erectile dysfunction becomes common with age, it is absolutely not inevitable. And nature already offers some of the most powerful tools to fight back, no prescriptions required. One of the simplest? Something you can prepare in minutes at home. Tea. Yes, real, natural tea. Not a capsule, not a gimmick. A drink that can improve blood flow, rebalance hormones, and help restore confidence in ways that often surprise men. In today's video, I'll show you exactly which teas are backed by science to help men overcome erectile dysfunction naturally. You'll learn why they work, how to brew them properly, and which foods to pair with them for the best results. Stay with me until the end because I'll also reveal a simple 3-tea daily routine, a protocol that targets 4 pillars of male performance: circulation, hormones, nerves, and stress. Think of it as turning your own kitchen into a private performance lab. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe and tap the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of the natural health strategies that can transform your energy, focus, and vitality. But first, a quick introduction. I'm Dr. Girag Mihai, a urologist with more than 2 decades of experience helping men regain their confidence and performance. On this channel, we talk openly about men's health. No shame, no sugarcoating, just science-backed guidance you can use right away. So if you're ready to take back control of your body, go ahead and subscribe. And while you're at it, drop a comment below. Where are you watching from? I love seeing men across the world support each other through this journey. Here's the first thing to understand. Erectile dysfunction after 50 is not just about getting older. That's one of the biggest myths out there. Yes, the body changes with time, but erections aren't only about desire. They're about biology. That means proper blood flow to the erectile tissue, healthy, elastic arteries, nerves that fire sharply, and steady hormone balance, especially testosterone. If even one of those systems weakens, the entire experience can change. And then, modern life makes things worse. Stress, poor sleep, extra belly fat, medications, high blood pressure, inactivity. It's the perfect storm for slower responses, weaker firmness, shorter endurance, and rising anxiety around intimacy. But here's the encouraging news. This decline isn't permanent. You're not broken. You just need to rebuild what time and stress have slowly taken. Nature already provides incredible compounds that relax blood vessels, calm inflammation, and boost nitric oxide, the key molecule that helps your arteries expand during arousal. And one of the easiest, most reliable ways to access those compounds? Tea. When brewed properly, the right herbs and leaves release antioxidants, adaptogens, and natural circulation enhancers your body absorbs fast, with no pharmaceutical downsides. It's like gently nudging your system back to balance, restoring blood flow and regaining that quiet confidence. T1. Green tea, the artery cleaner and testosterone liberator. At first glance, green tea might seem too ordinary, just something sitting on the grocery shelf. But don't underestimate it. Green tea has been revered for centuries across Asia, and now modern science confirms why. It's packed with antioxidants called catechins, and they do 2 vital things. They help clear buildup and plaque from your arteries, almost like cleaning the pipes of your circulatory system. And they trigger nitric oxide release, signaling your blood vessels to relax and widen. That combination translates to better flow, stronger pressure, and improved responsiveness, right where you need it most. But that's not all. Green tea also lowers SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, a protein that traps testosterone and makes it inactive. When SHBG is high, even normal testosterone levels can leave you feeling drained or disconnected. By reducing SHBG, green tea helps free up more active testosterone, giving you the spark, drive, and focus you've been missing. Many of my patients describe not only firmer erections after a few weeks of daily green tea, but also better energy, sharper thinking, and a more positive mood. Because testosterone isn't just about intimacy. It fuels motivation and vitality in every part of your day. How to brew it correctly. Heat your water to around 80 degrees Celsius, just before it boils. Too hot and you destroy the delicate compounds. Steep 1 teaspoon of loose leaves or a good quality tea bag for 2 to 3 minutes. Add a squeeze of lemon. Vitamin C enhances antioxidant absorption. Avoid sugar or cream, they counteract the benefits. If you want sweetness, use a drop of raw honey. Best time to drink? Morning or early afternoon. It gives a gentle lift without disturbing your sleep. Aim for 2 to 3 cups daily. Quick pause here. If you're serious about restoring your performance, type TA in the comments right now. That one word tells me you're ready to take real action toward better circulation and energy. Now let's move straight into the next powerhouse herb, one that boosts nitric oxide even higher and supports endurance in a completely different way. Tea number 2, ginseng tea, the stamina builder. Next on our list is ginseng tea. If green tea is your artery purifier, then ginseng is your endurance engine. For thousands of years, it's been known as the man root, celebrated for reigniting vitality as men grow older. From a biological standpoint, ginseng is one of nature's most reliable nitric oxide boosters. More nitric oxide means better circulation, which translates directly to firmer, longer-lasting erections. But ginseng goes deeper than that. It works at the cellular level, improving how efficiently your body creates energy. That's why so many men notice not only stronger erections, but also better stamina, sharper focus, and faster recovery after physical activity. And here's another major advantage. Ginseng is an adaptogen. It trains your body to handle stress by lowering cortisol levels. That's crucial because excess stress hormones block arousal and restrict blood flow. Think about those moments when you wanted intimacy but felt too exhausted, distracted, or tense to enjoy it. Ginseng tea helps calm that internal pressure so you can be present, relaxed, and confident again. How to brew it? Steep 1 to 2 grams of dried ginseng root or a high-quality ginseng tea bag in hot water for about 5 minutes. The taste is earthy and slightly bitter, so feel free to add a touch of raw honey. The best time to drink? Late afternoon or early evening. It steadies your energy without overstimulating and gently sets the tone for a calm, balanced night. Tea number 3, hibiscus tea, the blood pressure and sleep restorer. Our final tea today is hibiscus tea, instantly recognizable by its deep ruby color and tangy floral flavor. Unlike most teas, hibiscus contains no caffeine and is loaded with anthocyanins, the same powerful antioxidants found in blueberries and cranberries. These compounds fight inflammation, shield blood vessels, and, most importantly, lower blood pressure naturally. Why does that matter? Because high blood pressure quietly undermines erectile function. When your arteries are under constant tension, they lose flexibility and can't deliver blood effectively. Hibiscus relaxes those vessels, improving elasticity and flow. It also calms the nervous system, guiding your body out of stress mode and into the relaxed state where arousal and pleasure are actually possible. Many men also find that an evening cup of hibiscus improves sleep quality. And deep sleep is where testosterone production peaks, so better rest equals better performance. How to brew it. Steep dried hibiscus petals, or a good quality bag, in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Drink it after dinner or before bed. It helps release tension, lower blood pressure, and prepare your body for restorative sleep. The 3T daily routine. Now, how do you put this all together? Simple. Morning. Start your day with green tea to cleanse arteries and free testosterone. Afternoon. Add ginseng tea to enhance stamina and reduce stress. Evening. Finish with hibiscus tea to lower blood pressure, relax, and promote deep sleep. That's it. A complete 3T routine that targets every core driver of erectile health: circulation, hormones, stress, and rest. Pair these teas with nutrient-rich foods such as salmon, spinach, beets, walnuts, and pomegranate, and you'll be giving your body everything it needs to thrive. Are these practical tea strategies helping you? Type 1 if they are, or 0 if you'd like me to explore other natural remedies. Your feedback shapes what I share next. Gentlemen, listen carefully. Erectile dysfunction is not a life sentence. It's a signal. Your body is saying, "I need support." And that support doesn't have to come from prescriptions or drastic interventions. Sometimes it's as simple as transforming everyday habits, like your daily cup of tea, into a quiet ritual of health. When you begin nurturing your circulation, hormones, nerves, and sleep, remarkable changes happen. Energy returns, confidence rebuilds, intimacy feels natural again. Gentlemen, your health and confidence matter. Hit subscribe now and tap the notification bell so you never miss another natural tip. We love hearing from you. Share below which part of this video resonated most, or ask your question about your own journey. Your comments inspire us to keep creating fresh, science-based guidance. And don't forget, share this with a friend who might need a confidence boost today. Stay sharp, stay healthy, and until next time, I'm Dr. Girag Mihai.